A nest attempt begins with a nest that has at least one egg present. You should create a new nest attempt in NestWatch each time a pair begins a new clutch. To create an attempt, first navigate to the My Nests page. Then, you can either click on a marker shown in your nest site map, or, if you have many nest sites, click the Nest Site List button and find the relevant nest site. Once you've found the nest site that you'd like to add an attempt to, click the Add Attempt button to get started. On the next page, confirm that these nest site details are correct, and then click the green Start a Nesting Attempt button. Your page might automatically jump down to the data table. If so, scroll up to enter the species of the bird that you are monitoring. It's okay if you're not sure what the species is yet. You can always add this in later. If you know the species, but you don't see it appear in the dropdown, double-check the location of your nest site on your map. The species list should be tailored to the nest site's location. Below some species, you'll see the average incubation period and the average brooding period. These numbers can be used to help give you an idea of what to expect for the timing of this nest. Next, scroll back down to see your data table. Note this Switch to Single Entry Mode button on the right. Click this if you'd like to view the data entry form in a different layout. But this current table mode is the easiest way to see all of your data at once. Each time you visit the nest, you'll record information such as the date and number of eggs and young. Each row in this data table coordinates to a single nest check. So, in the first two sections, you can enter the date and then the number of eggs, live young, and dead young for this host species. The next section asks about status and activity codes. Click the little green question mark to view definitions of each option. Choose the one that best fits your observations for the nest status, adult status, young status, and any management activity you may have completed while at the nest. If you click into these fields, you'll see a more concise list of the options for each column. Next, you'll report whether cowbirds or other brood parasites have laid eggs in the nest of the host bird. Be sure to report these eggs separately from the host bird's eggs and young. Then, record your initials and any other notes you may wish to add for this nest visit. You'll see that I added several zeros here. Zeros mean a lot with NestWatch data. It's important to enter a 0 when you know that there are 0 eggs or young present. If you know that there are eggs or young in the nest, but you're not able to confirm the total number, then you can use the letter U. This U tells us that the eggs or young are present, but in an unknown quantity. The letter U translates to at least 1 in our database, so please do not use U if you're not sure whether eggs or young are present at all. In that case, it's best to just leave the field blank. Partial data is still valuable to NestWatch, and we encourage you to leave a field blank if you're not sure what data to record. Below the data table, you'll have the option to upload a photo of your nest. You can add up to 3 photos per nest visit. When you open this dialog box, be sure to choose the corresponding visit date first, and then browse for photos. When you're done entering your data, make sure this green button along the bottom of your screen says All Data Saved. Your data should save automatically, but if the button says Save Data, you will need to click that button to initiate a manual save. The other options here are to summarize your nest or to add a new nest attempt. Only one attempt should be active in the nest at a time, and you don't need to summarize your nest attempt until the birds have stopped using the nest. So, we'll go over how to summarize and end an attempt in another video. Otherwise, once your data is saved, you're all done. Saved data are saved to our database automatically. Scroll back up to click the Back to Your Data button to return to your My Nests page. Now, you'll see a list of your active nest attempts on the sidebar to the right of your map, under a section called Nest Attempts in Progress. After you make your next visit to the nest, return to this My Nests page and click Edit Nesting Attempt from here. If you have many nests, this sidebar list might get a bit long, so you can also use the map markers or the nest site list to add data from your next nest visit. You should see that in all of these locations, the Add Attempt option now reads Edit Attempt. Click this to begin adding data for your next visit. Now that you have a nest attempt with a nest visit recorded, notice that the markers on the map give you a little hint as to what you reported for the nest. This egg icon indicates that the nest is in the egg stage. When the eggs hatch and you start reporting live young, you'll see the marker change to look like a nestling. These marker icons can give you a quick idea of what to expect the next time you visit the nest. Once you've recorded all of your nest visits for this brood, the nest attempt will be complete. That is, either the young have fledged or met some kind of failure. Once you have all of your nest visits recorded for a single clutch of eggs, please follow along with our video tutorial on how to summarize and end a nesting attempt.